2, 1, play. What's up, guys? Today is Thursday, 2022. It's about noon. It's April 21st. Guys, what the fuck, guys? I'm a little pissed off about this, man. The timeline is the only thing that is giving me a little bit of understanding and acceptance of fucking John Jones versus Stipe. Again, I'm still pretty fucking pissed off about this. Now, I highly recommend you guys go listen to a podcast with Dominic Cruz. I think it's called The Wrestling Changed My Life. The Wrestling Changed My Life podcast. And Chael Sonnen mentioned it, Uncle CP, and he said it's one of the best MMA interviews he ever heard. You know, Uncle Chael, Uncle CP, or CP, Uncle CS, CP. Where did that come from? Chael P. Sonnen, Uncle CP. What Dominic Cruz talks about is he had back-to-back ACL reconstructive surgeries. And I think he said minimum. Fuck, it might have been 6 months, right? That sounds about right. 6 weeks doesn't sound right for an ACL injury repair. Yeah, 6 months minimum, even just to start walking on it again, to start using your, I guess that's in your knee, right? Your ACL. So that, you know, Dominic Cruz is one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, right? I'm fucking absolutely in. Now, every puzzle can be solved. Jorge Masvidal just told us that in the fucking Impulsive podcast, right? Yeah, I watched it. All right, fuck Mike, fuck Logan, George is the man. But I had to watch it, man. I'm a Masvidal fan, you know. I support my fellow Miamians. And but basically he said that what did he say? Every man is beatable, right? And so Cody Garbrandt showed us that he figured out the Dominic Cruz puzzle where nobody else was able to up until that point. One thing's for sure, man, is like when you watch Dominic Cruz's footwork, he has a tendency to kind of like duck his head really far, close, low to the ground, which opens an opportunity for a leg to smash into his face. And anyways, you know, those injuries that Dominic Cruz obtained kind of derailed his career and his like crazy projection, his crazy projection that he was on, man. It derailed that. And so Francis Ngannou just got the same surgery on, I believe, one of his knees. You seen in the Ciryl Gane. And think about that, guys. He went into that Ciryl Gane fight with an ACL, I think like a torn ACL, I guess, right? Which just goes to show you, just like Rogan was on Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, he's talking about Kamaru Usman. When Usman was on the Joe Rogan podcast, I think the second time, I think they went into depth, maybe it was the first time, about how bad Kamaru's fucking knees are, right? But he just goes in there like a stud, focuses his mind on the goal at hand, and just completely ignores that his knees are absolutely destroyed. His knees are so bad that sometimes he'll purposely walk on grass because the concrete hurts his legs so bad. So Francis Ngannou coming into the Ciryl Gane fight, Ciryl Gane is a fucking stud, guys, right? And I think even fucking when they were on the ground, he was like fucking cranking Francis's leg, right? It just goes to show you how tough some of these guys are. Francis Ngannou is a tough motherfucker, but he just finished his surgery a month or two ago, and he's going to be out for another 4 months. Jon Jones has been out for like the past 2 years. He's ready to come back. He's ready for a fight. So the timeline doesn't match up. Stipe hasn't fought in a little bit too, so he's ready for a fight. So I guess all in all, guys, actually in this moment right here, right now, I'm actually not upset strictly because of that timeline, and it'll be cool for Jon Jones's story that he came up, beat the greatest heavyweight of all time, and then conquered fucking Goliath, right? But at the end of the day, it's like the UFC dropped the ball a couple times on a few fights, right? And I know 2 or 3 times the Khabib fucking Tony Ferguson fight was supposed to happen. It didn't because of like the fighters as opposed to the UFC. But fights like that, guys, you have to make those types of fights happen. This one isn't so much, but it's kind of like Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier. Why do we not have this fight? Right? Because the UFC doesn't want to give $1 million to these guys? Come on, dude. Don't be ridiculous. Your company's worth billions, right? How much did when they sold to ESPN, wasn't it like a multi-billion-dollar fucking deal? I don't know. You guys don't want to fucking give a couple million to 2 of the biggest household standard names in the fucking UFC? I don't know. So sometimes Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, that shit happened way later than it was supposed to, right? Fucking Pacquiao, that was on like the decline of Manny Pacquiao's career, and I don't know, man. But again, man, in this moment, I am kind of excited now, I guess because it's forced down my throat and I don't have a choice but to fucking consume it. I guess I'm kind of happy about it, but everybody should know that Francis Ngannou versus Jon Jones is the fight to make, man. And unfortunately for Stipe, I mean, shit, dude, who knows? Fucking 4-ounce gloves, a heavyweight fucking bout. Shit, dude. Stipe might catch fucking Jon and knock his block off, man. It's very possible. But Jon Jones is the highest fight IQ on the planet Earth. And, he's going to come out. He's going to show that he's the greatest ever. He's going to be more motivated than ever. He's got so much on the line. And Jon Jones is at this point where, like I said before, his past couple of fights were like he wasn't as motivated, but his legacy's on the line every single fight now, right? Jon Jones is undefeated. I don't want to hear shit about that fucking DQ, right? Jon Jones is fucking undefeated, so that means every single fight, his entire legacy is on the line, as opposed to somebody like Conor. Conor can come out and lose, and I'll still tune in to Jon Jones. Well, I'll still tune into him, but it's just different. Where I think Conor's career is. I wouldn't have Conor's career any other way. Could you imagine like Conor just went undefeated against Nate, Dustin, Khabib? Like it wouldn't be as sweet, man. In my opinion, I love him coming back and saying, "Look, dude, I made a couple mistakes. I expended too much energy. I'll be back in fucking 6 weeks and we'll see what time it is then when I make a few adjustments." Because that's life, guys. That is the most beautiful fights we see is Khamzat almost being knocked out by Gilbert Burns, biting down on his mouthpiece, getting up and adjusting, going back to the corner. "Don't fucking brawl with him, you motherfucker." And Khamzat realizing like, okay. Then going in and making these adjustments. Henry Cejudo versus Demetrius Johnson. Getting his fucking whatever fight where he got his knee kicked out from underneath him, dude, and or the Marlon Morales fight, right? I think Henry got dominated the first round, comes back in the second round, made these adjustments, and fucking whooped his ass, dude. That's what life is all about, guys. Not fucking like and there's beauty in Floyd Mayweather's career too, there's beauty in that too. But I'll tell you what, man. Nobody's gonna tell me what's a good example here? Nobody's gonna tell me Jon Jones versus I don't know, somebody that he just blew out again versus like a Gustafsson fight or the Dominic Reyes fight. Like those are the fucking fights we want to see. John Jones getting tagged, going through adversity, making adjustments, not sure whether he's going to win or not, right? That's the shit that we tune into, guys. Apollo Creed versus fucking Rocky Balboa. It wasn't just a first round knockout. It was a fucking war dogfight. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. The Stipe fight versus John Jones is going to happen. I tried so hard to fucking protest against it. Didn't work. Whatever. Jake Paul, you're soft. I'd beat the shit out of you. I would love to wear 8-ounce gloves. I'm not sure if that's what you wore in your last bout. No chance you knock me out. I'm fresh, dude. I'm a Toyota Tacoma, dude, with like 40,000 miles on it, dude. I'm fresh, bro. No chance you knock me out. So what I would do is I would Mexican boxing style fight this sucker motherfucker, and I'll just put my hands in front of my face and I'll just walk this dude down. Guarantee he takes the first step backwards. And I just hold that center of the ring like the real savage I am, and like the real savage he wants to be. So, you know, look, bro, you got my page. You know, if you want this work, if you want this easy work, right? I haven't stepped into a boxing ring since 2016, bro. I'll fight you in December, bro, and I'll beat the shit off. I'll beat the brakes off you, bro. I'll beat the shit out of you, and then I'll beat up your big brother too. So, all right, guys. Happy Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your week and weekend. So, peace.